As the war rages on in Ukraine, the West accuses Russia of threatening Europe over gas supplies. Russia has halted its gas supplies to Poland and Bulgaria, and gas supplies will remain halted until all payments are made in rubles. Now, this has further deepened the tensions between the West and Moscow. Poland's state-owned company had now earlier said that supplies from energy giant Gazprom through Ukraine and Belarus would be cut. Warsaw, however, clarified that its gas storage is 76% full. The Russian President Vladimir Putin had earlier asked the so-called unfriendly countries to pay for gas imports in rubles. Only a few buyers have implemented the move so far. Poland and Bulgaria both are NATO and EU members. Kyiv has accused Moscow of blackmailing Europe. Poland is Ukraine's neighbor and a staunch Kremlin opponent. The country is currently one of those European countries which has sought the toughest possible sanctions against Russia for invading Ukraine. Bulgaria is almost completely reliant on Russian gas imports, and it has fulfilled all of its contractual obligations from the company Gazprom. Bulgaria calls the new proposed payment plan a breach of the arrangement. Cheap gas was widely available until recently, but fuel prices have now gone up as a result of the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Other nations also face a constant threat of a stop in deliveries from Russia. The country is a major supplier for Germany and many other European countries. Before the invasion began, 55% of the gas supplies to Europe's largest economy came through pipelines from Moscow. Berlin has been struggling to pivot away from Russian finance and reliance. It lacks crucial infrastructure that it needs to import large amounts of gas from other suppliers like the United States and Qatar. The Russian invasion of Ukraine is currently in its third month. Thousands have lost their lives and millions have been displaced. Moscow calls its invasion a special operation launched to disarm Ukraine and protect the same from fascists. However, Ukraine and the West call the narrative a false pretext to seize territory. To other global stories, the Chinese military has now condemned the United States after U.S. warships sailed through the sensitive Taiwan Strait. Beijing has called this a deliberate attempt to harm peace and stability in the region. The U.S. Navy, however, maintains that its guided missile destroyer, the USS Sampson, conducted a routine transit along the strait in accordance with international laws. Washington has been carrying out such transits along the strait about once a month. But Beijing sees this as a sign of support to Taiwan, as it views democratically governed island nation as a part of its own.
台湾问题事关中国的核心利益我们绝不允许也坚决反对外部势力来干涉。美国应该恪守一个中国原则和中美3个联合公报慎重妥善处理涉台问题，不要再做破坏台海和平稳定、升级台海局势紧张的事情。我们坚决反对美国向台湾出售武器，反对美台之间发展任何形式的这个军事联系那么美方的这一举动违背他对中国的严肃承诺，美方应该言行一致。
The People's Liberation Army's Eastern Theater Command said that its forces monitored and warned the ship. Meanwhile, Taiwan's Defense Ministry has said that the U.S. warship sailed north through that start and that the situation in the waterway was normal. In a statement, the 7th Fleet spokesperson of the United States, Nicholas Lingo, has said that their military flies, sails and operates wherever international law permits them to do so. Although the United States has no formal diplomatic ties with Taiwan, but it is one of its biggest supporters internationally and also an important arms supplier. This is a constant source of heightened tensions between Beijing and Washington. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.